Hello, welcome to The Rundown. I'm Jordan Cohen. On October 17th, Rider University held a building dedication ceremony. During the ceremony, North Hall was renamed. Jordan Qureshi has the story.
At around 5 p.m. on a very cold and windy day, members of the Rider community as well as some local news reporters gathered around the building that was formerly known as North Hall. Alumni Thomas J. Lynch, class of 1975, took to the podium to discuss his time at Rider and how one man shaped his whole life.
It's cold, so I'll say very few words. Sorry for the wait.
Thomas tells the story of how he was assigned a tutor by the name of Joe Adler and how they quickly became best friends.
She told Joe, she said, Adler, you're tutoring Lynch at lunch for the foreseeable future until he catches up. And that started a really amazing friendship, a best friendship that's now in its 52nd year.
Thomas talks about how he followed in the footsteps of Joe Adler and how he shaped his career.
Well, then that was junior year, end of junior year, and now it's pick a college. But for me, it was really simple. I'm going to go where Joe goes. And Joe was going to Rider. I think my parents asked me, what are you going to study? I'm going to study accounting. Why? Joe's studying accounting. So we went to Rider, and it really did change my life again, because I was kind of this average student in high school, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. And it gave me a spectacular education, and it unleashed my potential. Ads, could you come up?
Thomas J. Lynch and Joe Adler's bond of friendship is as strong as ever as they go into their 52nd year of friendship, as they unveiled the new name of the academic building to be Lynch Adler Hall.
The donation of $5.5 million is the largest single donation in Rider's history. If you'd like to make a donation to Rider University, you can visit rider.edu and click on Ways to Give. Rider has implemented a brand new on-campus printing system. I met with on-campus librarians and students to see how they feel about the update. Students and homework go hand in hand, especially when preparing for work, like upcoming midterms, finals, or even a test or quiz. However, most students don't have the time to print their assignments before class, so they utilize the online printing system provided on campus. As students continue to adjust, we can see that there's a clear difference with the change of system. In order to take a closer look, I visited the Rider Library and interviewed one of the librarians.
So they're very different from the printers we had before. Unlike the other ones where you just needed your EasyPass username and password to sign in, you do need your Rider ID to swipe in to access these printers.
However, most seem to get a hang of the process quickly, regardless of the new downsides.
How long do you think it took you to actually learn how to use the printer system this year?
Like 2 minutes. Not hard.
2 minutes? It wasn't hard?
No.
Some actually prefer the new system to the old.
I feel like this year's is better because it's a lot faster than last year's. You don't have to enter all the information.
The positives are that you no longer have to type, as she mentioned, but the downsides is that now you're going to need to bring your ID if you want to get something done. Here's how you'll do it. Swipe on the spot, follow the printing steps on the screen, and in no time you'll be ready to hand in your A+ paper. When printing, if you have any trouble, you can always contact OIT or speak with any librarian, as they are willing to lend a hand. If you have any questions or you're just having trouble printing in general, contact Rider's OIT department by calling the help desk at 609-219-3000 or email helpdesk@rider.edu. Rider offers various clubs that cater to all different hobbies and interests of its students. For those who enjoy filmmaking, Press Play is a club which helps students develop the skills they desire in this field. Field reporter Kristen Castronovo spoke to the club's students leaders to find out more about what they offer.
For about 5 years, Press Play has been benefiting students who have a passion for filmmaking by giving them the proper resources and necessary practice doing what they like. Peter Gillette, a junior and the co-president of the club, talks more about it.
Press Play is a short film club where we like to teach but also involve everyone in whatever they want to do. So if they want to direct, be behind the camera, whatever you want to do, we'll make sure that you can do it. At the same time, if you don't know what a camera is, we'll teach you. If you want to learn, storyboarding, you want to know editing, we'll make sure that you have the tools so that you can do what you want when you want to do it.
Besides traditional filmmaking, Press Play has recently evolved to produce behind-the-scenes documentaries, as well as exploring vlogging. Hao Ho, the other co-president of the club, tells more about how Press Play has changed over the years.
So Press Play originally was one movie per semester type deal, where we take the entire semester and just create one hopefully good short film. And in the past, there have been talks to do multiple short films throughout a semester. This semester, we decided to test some things where we'd attempt to do 2 films. And how we did that was that we started the pre-production of the first film over the summer, so prior to the semester. So we were right on top of things. While we're filming, we're starting the pre-production of the second film.
In the future, Press Play is looking to separate from the TV studio and become its own club in order to gain funding to afford better equipment. The club is also looking to officially change its name from Press Play to whatever is decided. There are currently over 70 members in the club who are all encouraged to offer up their ideas and whatever they desire.
If anyone is interested in joining or learning more about the club, students are encouraged to stop by weekly meetings which are held at Fine Arts in room 223A at 9:45 on Wednesdays. Scream Screen has become one of the biggest campus traditions here at Rider. Field reporter Eric Weinstein was there to capture some of the best moments of this year's activities.
Last Friday, October 19th, 1077 The Bronx hosted their annual Halloween event, Scream Screen. As always, the 1077 The Bronx team put on a terrifyingly good show, boasting over 25 different trunk-or-treat stations and food vendors, such as Applebee's, La Taqueria, and Meathead Cheesesteak.
In my experience, Scream Scream was a really fun event for our friends to get together, especially during a time of Halloween when, I love spooky season and I love drive-in movie theaters, so to watch a scary movie at a drive-in I thought was the greatest time. And I especially loved the movie choice because A Quiet Place is on my top 10 movies of all time, for sure.
The Bronx also brought out their best entertainment as the Bronx promotions director, DJ Time Turner, played music for Rider students as they enjoyed pumpkin painting, mini golf, and this year's 2 new attractions, alien laser tag and glow-in-the-dark cornhole.
Video.
As a freshman, I think Screen Screen was one of the best events so far. It was really nice to just see people dressed up and go see a movie. It was really my first time ever seeing a drive-in movie. I didn't think that still exist. So having that experience was really nice, and the free food and free things and the music was really good. So I think it was a really good, successful event.
Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it.
Thank you, 1077 The Bronx, and thank you, Rider University, for putting on one of the best events of the year.
Looks like Scream Screen was a huge success. Be sure to listen to 1077 The Bronx to find out what could happen next and what next campus events there might be. With Halloween upcoming, students are finding ways to get in the spirit. One way to celebrate is by visiting the Eastern State Penitentiary. Field reporter Maria Kamey went out to check it out for herself.
It's the Halloween season and students are buzzing with excitement. There are many ways to enjoy this Halloween. Places like Six Flags Great Adventure and Rider's Scream Screen event are popular amongst Rider students. However, there are many other events students can find enjoyment in.
The day of Halloween, I'll probably stay home with my family and hand out candy to trick-or-treaters since it's my first year home from college.
Alright, for Halloween, I want to party.
I'm going to breakfast.
A popular event around the Rider area is the Eastern State Penitentiary's Terror Behind the Walls, which is located in Philly. The penitentiary was one of the most famous prisons during its time. Today, however, it stands in a ruin for the public to explore and learn about its history. During this Halloween season, it is also a way for visitors to experience true terror. The Terror Behind the Walls event is a fan favorite, bringing people from different cities and towns to the Philly area for the night. To get to the prison, guests are required to park in a parking garage and take the ghost bus to the prison. Once there, employees will ask visitors to put all electronic devices away and sign a waiver in case anything were to happen. Guests are then exposed to 6 different attractions scattered throughout the prison, with the chance of a more interactive experience if they opt to wear a glow stick necklace, letting the employees know they are allowed to touch and separate you from your group of friends. The 6 attractions are Lockdown, Breakout, Machine Shop, Quarantine 4D, Bloodyard, and Infirmary. Each of these attractions hold terrifying phantoms and demons waiting to terrorize unsuspecting victims. When asked, many will tell you that the spectacle does a great job at terrifying its guests.
So this was my face, like majority of the weight going into the penitentiary, and then like when we got in, it was so scary. I didn't like the little creatures that were like moving around. I don't like creatures. There's people dressed up, and like I do that, but they're dressed up with all the makeup. It's like so surreal. Like it's like really like looking into like a nightmare that you would have.
Terror Behind the Walls will continue on well after Halloween, ending on the 10th of November.
For more information and hours of operation, be sure to visit Eastern State Penitentiary's website. Halloween is only a few days away, and people are making their way to Spirit Halloween to prep for the holiday. Reporter Esmeralda Lima has the story.
Spirit Halloween is the first place many Halloween enthusiasts go to for their costumes, house decor, and scary props. I asked a few customers and students about their opinions and plans for this year.
Halloween's a cool holiday. It's good to express yourself any way necessary, and it's fun to go out with your friends, trick-or-treat for young ones.
Young ones might be trick-or-treating, but it seems like Row Nightclub in Trenton, New Jersey is where most local college students will be spending their Halloween this year.
I think me and my buddies probably gonna go out. Go to is it Row? Is that the club around here? We're in a Row, I think.
Well, a few of my friends are trying to go to Row.
Go in a row, see what happens.
But if you're not into the idea of going out for Halloween, you can always do other activities. I asked these students what plans they might have if they didn't have Row, and here were some suggestions they had.
I'm really trying to watch a new Halloween movie because it's been 20 years since they made the last one, I think.
I'm more at the mode where I give candy out and pretend to be asleep while people knock on my door.
Although there are those who like to stay in, there will definitely be several people going out in their favorite costumes, which many would agree is probably going to be
Fortnite.
Maybe Fortnite. Maybe.
A worker at Spirit Halloween was able to confirm the top-selling costume for us.
Fortnite. Or Go Trooper.
That's it for the Writer Rundown. This is Esmeralda Lima, hoping everyone will have a great Halloween.
There's still plenty of time to get your costume and think about what you may want to be this Halloween. If you need any assistance, head out to any Spirit Halloween near you. The Westminster Choir College held its masterclass presentation with organist Stephen Buzzard. Here's Jalissa Malvern with the details.
Westminster Choir College is having guest concert organist Stephen Buzzard, who will be critiquing student organists looking to better themselves as musicians. Stephen Buzzard is a music director at St. James Cathedral, located in Chicago. He earned his Bachelor's of Music at Westminster in 2010 and a Master's at Yale Institute of Sacred Music. He is also well known for performing for choirs and plays. What was the purpose of the Stephen Buzzard concert?
Yeah, so Stephen Buzzard is an alum of Westminster Choir College, and he did his master's degree in organ performance here. And so we had a recital for Stephen on a Monday night as a part of the Princeton University concert series. And so that was one of the things in an installment of his duties as the guest visiting artist in organ here. The other parts of that were a master class and then a visit to our sacred music lab.
So what brings you to the organ event?
So since I just started taking lessons, my teacher here thought it would be a good idea just for me to have some experience with another teacher and also just playing in front of people.
6 organists will be performing at the masterclass, with each piece being of classical music genre.
Anyone who wants to come out and join is welcomed. Admission is free and the event is being held in the Bristol Chapel from 2:30 to 8:30 p.m. This is Jaleesa Malvin reporting from the Rider University Network.
For more information on the performance featuring organist Stephen Buzzard, visit the Westminster Office of Continuing Education. Finding Mr. Gray is an event put out by Lambda Theta Alpha Latin Sorority Incorporated each year. Let's see how this year's turned out.
This year, Finding Mr. Gray had 7 lovely contestants. Each contestant got to show off their skills and their worthiness of the Mr. Gray title. I spoke to Danielle Drayton, the current president of Lambda Theta Alpha Latin Sorority Incorporated, about what exactly Finding Mr. Gray is.
Every year we do this with our organization, and we end up donating $250 scholarship to one of the contestants that wins. And this could be anyone on Riders campus. It doesn't have to be anyone in Greek life. And we do this every year just to raise awareness and give back to our community.
Every time you see Rolly, what happens on your face? A smile.
Can't seem to find someone's shoulder.
Leave it up to me. I'm a man. I can do anything. I'm a man.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's someone else. Don't do it!
I'm happy to present that Mr. Gray for the year of 2018 is Alberto Rosario.
One, I'm gonna get right in contact with the lovely ladies to see whatever support they need. And I already told them when they send me the check, only send half because they might as well just keep the other half.
Congrats to Alberto and the lovely ladies of LTA for raising money and a great turnout.
LTA thanks everyone for their support. Check out their Instagram for upcoming events at LTA_IOTA. Everyone loves to eat, and 1077 The Bronx is putting on one delicious contest. Bobby Negoescu has the story.
1077 The Bronx, the student-run radio station here at Rider University, holds many events throughout the year, but none of them are quite as delicious as the Rider Student Top Chef competition. We went to John Moses, general manager of 1077 The Bronx, to find out more.
Rider Top Chef is really our first university-wide event that the Bronx created. It is a cooking competition where the students have the ability to submit a recipe, an original recipe, based on the theme of that year's particular contest.
Previous themes have included fish, comfort foods, and chicken. And this year's theme is gearing up to be just as exciting.
So this year, it's Rider Student Top Chef Little Italy. So all the recipes must be Italian-based. So it could be a pasta, it could be some kind of meat dish, fish dish, whatever, but it's got to have Italian properties to the recipe.
Previous Top Chef competitions have been extremely successful, with a large amount of students participating in the competition and going to dailies to eat and vote on their favorite dishes. But John's confident that this year's will be better than ever.
The success of the contest depends on what the theme is, and I think all students like Italian, so I think from an entry standpoint it should be successful, and I think from a attendance standpoint it should be successful.
If you are interested in putting in an entry for the Rider Student Top Chef Little Italy competition, you can go to 1077thebronx.com and go to the Rider Student Top Chef Little Italy entrance page. This has been Bobby Negoescu for The Rundown.
The deadline for submitting a recipe is November 9th at midnight. For more details on the contest, visit 1077thebronx.com. Being a student athlete at the Division I level requires 100% of one's attention on academics and athletics. Being a team captain of any college means that you have to excel in both of those aspects. One Rider student has done just that. Here's Carol Potesh with the story.
Senior Matt Kramer has been a member of the Rider track and field team for the past 3 years, and this year he was named captain. I talked to Matt about what he thinks it means to be a senior and a captain.
To be a senior captain on the team means that I've put in my time and my effort into the team, and through the application process, the coaches thought that I was worthy enough to be able to be one of the leaders of the team. I've been doing this sport since I was about 8 years old, so it means a lot that in my final year I get to be a leader of a team of 140 Bronx.
So why does Matt think that the coach chose him to be captain?
I think the coaches chose me because they see my drive and my motivation to want to be better than the next guy. They like my personality. They think I'm good with people. I communicate well with the team. The team likes me. I'm a pretty well-rounded guy, I believe.
Then Matt talked about how he wants to be a role model that he hopes his teammates want to follow.
I want the freshman guys to look up to me as somebody they want to be in their near future. I want to be able to mold them in a way.
I talked to sophomore Connor Groundlick on why he thinks Matt is a great captain and team leader.
He really knows how to bring the team together with his leadership style and his personality, whether we're at practice, on a run, lifting, or just hanging out as a team. He really knows how to foster this sense of camaraderie among the guys.
Matt ended by talking about what a successful year is for the team and himself.
Team accomplishments, of course, I want to be able to help lead the team to win indoor and outdoor conference titles. For me personally, I would like to, I'm well within 2 school records, so I'd like to get those. And, you know, if on top of that I can get 2 titles in both the weight throw and the hammer throw, I would love to do that.
Make sure you follow Rider University track and field team's Twitter at RiderXCTF and check GoBronx.com to keep up with how Matt and the rest of the Bronx do this season. Rider Athletics always has some wonderful senior athletes. This week we profile one of them, women's basketball team captain Alexandra Posset.
I feel that I have achieved some success and knowledge from attending Rider University. I'm also on the basketball team, so I feel that I helped turn the program around from coming in as a freshman and only winning 8 games to now winning, about having an even season. After graduation, I plan on getting a job in either a home health company or working in a hospital. I feel that I have achieved my goals from freshman year because I always wanted to graduate early, which I'm graduating a semester early, and I'm starting my master's certificate in business analytics. My experience at Rider was pretty good. I met a lot of people through athletics. I'm on the basketball team, so my experience on the basketball team has been really good. After attending Rider for almost 4 years, the only thing I would change is I wish I got more involved with the campus life.
Alexandra is looking forward to ending her final year off the right way. You can go to GoBronx.com to find the women's basketball team schedule. That's all we have for the news this week. I'm Jordan Cohen, and thanks for watching.